What's up, everybody? Kyle here at Let's Talk Wax with an update of my top 10 favorite prospects in 2025 Bowman. Now, this is panning out to be one of the best releases in recent years for Bowman, and there are a lot of guys I wanted to get on this list, but I'm only covering the top 10, and I will be doing a sleeper video on this as well to include some of the guys that didn't quite make this top 10 list. But before we get into the top 10, I want to go over both of my ranking systems that you see right here. It's LTWR is my Let's Talk Wax rank, and Jug is my Juggernaut ranking system. So let's check those out real quick. Now, my Let's Talk Wax ranking system is based on player ceiling and also my personal opinion. It goes from elite all the way down to 7. There is going to be one elite player on this list today, and elite rankings are very few and far between. I think I only have like 3 or 4 elite rankees among all prospects right now on all of my breakdowns over on Patreon, so I do not hand that one out there lightly. Ones are also very seldom. Now, 1.5s, 2s, and 2.5s, they do come along quite a bit. 7s I usually add to my chopping block and stop covering them as they have already pretty much solidified the fact that they're not going to make the major leagues. But you can check out this graph here. I've got it color coded, and if you want to screenshot that as well, it'll kind of help you navigate all of my content because I use the ranks quite a bit. I've also got a Juggernaut ranking system that is based purely on stats. Now, these stats were cherry picked by the stats that I use for my prospecting and evaluating prospects. I do apply different weights to them, but you can find all those rankings for all minor league players with 150 plus plate appearances under the age of 24 over on my Patreon as well. I update them about every month during the season, and I have finalized them for 2025 as well. And as I mentioned before, number 1 is going to be the top player based on Juggernaut, and I think there's about 1,300 prospects on that list over on Patreon. So anything between 1 and about 300 is pretty solid. 300 to 500 is just okay, and after 500 it gets a little hairy with the statistics. So those are the 2 rankings you're going to see in this video. Kicking this video off at number 10 is Slade Caldwell, who brings plus speed and defense to the table, getting the majority of his defensive reps in center field. He's got odd underlying data with high K rates and an elite swinging percentage. These stats usually correlate pretty well, but not in Caldwell's case. He hit for average in high A while transitioning to his 19th birthday, which is quite exceptional. I don't see much power right now or much projection based on his size, making his future ceiling very power dependent. Another hang-up is his ground ball to fly ball rate, which will need improvement if he wants to leave the yard more often. At number 9, we've got Jostixon Garcia, aka The Password. Garcia was called up to the MLB in August for a quick cup of coffee, only seeing 9 plate appearances before returning to AAA on August 29th. He's got some of the biggest raw power in the Red Sox organization and was good for 21 home runs across AA and AAA this year. His K and walk data both took a big hit in AAA, but was still reasonable for a power-hitting corner outfield prospect. He spent most of the time at the MLB level in left field and right field and will most likely profile in one of those 2 positions outside of minor league baseball. At number 8, we've got Charlie Condon, first baseman with the Colorado Rockies, who had a slow start to his professional career but turned on the heat in the second half of 2025, hitting 11 home runs and 237 AA plate appearances. While his K numbers and walk numbers tanked a bit, he still produced and had some success at the AA level. His cards are finally back on the rise with last 2 sales right at $100. 2026 will be a big year for the former 3rd overall pick in the 2024 draft. A hot start could lead to his MLB debut in 2026, and a mediocre season might keep him in AA and AAA all year. He logged 422 innings at first base in 2025, so the bat will have to be the carrying tool. At number 7, we've got Luis Pena with the Milwaukee Brewers. Pena dominated low A this season and struggled across a small sample size after a promotion to high A. His K numbers got a bit shaky in high A, but he's still very young and has the ability to hit for both average and power. I'll be interested to see how he handles a full season of high A next year and if he can reach AA by age 19. He's playing all over the infield, and I doubt he'll be a shortstop at the major league level. At number 6, we've got Edgar Quintero with the Los Angeles Dodgers, and he had a breakout year in 2025, hitting 19 home runs and stealing 47 bases between low A and high A. The majority of his production did come in low A, but he held solid numbers after a promotion to high A later this season. Quintero has a lot of tools that could manifest into impact tools in his future. His speed, power, contact ceiling is very high with no red flags in his stat line. He takes walks and doesn't swing and miss much, which are both traits that will help him navigate the upper minors. He could reach AA by the end of the 2026 season at age 20. I thought about going with a 1.5 here, but I'd still like to see a bigger sample size outside of low A. Before we get to our top 5, here is a quick look at some honorable mentions and top pitchers. I've got Johnny Level and Jonathan Long as honorable mentions. Now, there are some other players, like I said, that I would have put on this honorable mentions list, but I am saving them for my sleeper video that I'll be putting out later in the week. These are guys that I wanted to cover a little more in-depthly that are not on this top 10 list, and I think there's some really promising young prospects in this release that I did not cover in this video, but like I said, I'm saving them for the sleeper video, which will be out later next week. We've got Bishop Letson, Brody Hopkins, Jacob Bresnahan, Luke Sennard, Santiago Suarez, probably one of my favorite sleepers in the pitching area of things right now. He's only got a first Chrome, so people kind of overlook him, but big stuff with Santiago Suarez. He's a first Chrome only. His stuff's about $1. He's a 1.5. Thomas White, everybody knows about by now. He's at a rank of 1. His stuff's the most expensive on this pitcher's list. We've got Quinn Matthews, who's aged out of my content, and Jonah Tong, who's at the MLB level, and his stuff's selling for around $120 right now. Let's kick off this top 5 with Josue Briseño, a catcher slash first baseman for the Detroit Tigers, who missed the majority of the 2024 season with a knee injury, but recovered and ended up dominating the Arizona Fall League, hitting .433 with 10 home runs last year. He had a bit of a slow start to the 2025 season, although it didn't take long for him to heat up, hitting .296 with 15 home runs in high A before he was promoted to Double A. His Double A numbers weren't good, but sometimes that adjustment phase takes longer with different prospects. Briseño has been improving behind the plate and has the ability to hit for both average and big power. If he can put up better numbers in 2026 in his second stint in Double A, he should continue to rocket up the prospect ladder. At number 4, we've got Jesus Made, another Milwaukee Brewer on this list. He's a switch-hitting shortstop with an advanced approach at the plate and exceptional K and walk data for his age level. He's likely to grow into more power as he matures physically as well. He hit 28 doubles this season while playing well under the league average age in Low A, High A, and Double A. Made handled his aggressive assignments in Low A and High A very well in 2025. His K data took a hit over a small 24 plate appearance sample size in Double A, but that's to be expected based on his age and level. He's got a very high ceiling and a pretty solid floor as well right now. I'm interested to see how much power he gets to next year and where he gets the majority of his reps in Double A defensively. At number 3, we've got Franklin Arias, who is a true shortstop with elite K data, especially in High A, and a very high ceiling offensively. He played across 3 levels in 2025 all the way to Double A and had success at each one along the way. The big question with Arias is how much power he will get to in the future. He's yet to turn 20 and has been challenged age level wise throughout his career. If he can get acclimated to upper level stuff, get the ball in the air more, and add some strength in the next couple of years, he could transform into a blue chip type prospect. He's by far one of the cheapest first autos inside MLB.com's top 25, leaving him plenty of room for growth. At number 2, we've got J.J. Weatherholt with the St. Louis Cardinals. Weatherholt held one of the highest weighted on-base averages in AAA this season and has a plethora of offensive tools. He has the ability to hit for average and power while holding remarkably low K rates and swinging strike percentages. He spent the majority of his time in the minor leagues at shortstop, but will most likely end up at second base or third base, with Mason Wynn fielding .994 at shortstop in 2025 at the major league level. Another hang-up, at least from a hobby standpoint, with J.J. Weatherholt is his age, having turned 23 already this month. Weatherholt will most likely make his MLB debut in 2026, pending a healthy start to the season. At number 1, we've got no surprise here, Kevin McGonigal, Detroit Tigers. McGonigal ran into big power in 2025, making him one of the highest profile bats in all of minor league baseball. Underlying data such as K percentage, swing strike percentage, and walk percentage creates a very high floor for the future, while the power surge creates an even higher ceiling. Maintaining power and sticking at shortstop will be the factors that could affect him reaching stardom at the MLB level. His weighted on-base averages are stupid, and what propels him into the very rare elite rank. Now, if you guys enjoy this content, don't forget to help support the channel over on Patreon. I'll put a link to that in the video description. You can also check out our private Discord server. I'll put a link to the Discord server in the video description as well. A huge shout out to all my Patreon level 2 subscribers. You guys rock. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like it. I am going to come up with my sleeper video in the next week, and I hope y'all have a great time trying to find some prospects in 2025 Bowman.